Hi, my name is Stacy Benares, and welcome to my presentation on downshifting from social media usage. So, social media has become quite an integral part of modern society, especially for young adolescents such as myself, and assuming a lot of you who grew up around the evolution of its technology. And with the widespread use of social media, this has caused adolescents to spend more time engaging in media platforms more than other activities such as school, hobbies, family, as well as in-person opportunities, which has reasonably raised concern. Because while social media has proven to offer multiple benefits, including increased online engagement and access to a wider range of communication, social media has also had its rising negative effects on adolescents, especially and specifically their life satisfaction. Studies have shown that excessive social media use can be associated with increased feelings of depression, poor physical health, hyperactivity, and episodic heavy drinking. Therefore, it pretty much is the reason why it's vital to study the effects of social media on the life satisfaction of adolescents. Furthermore, there was a qualitative study that found that while social media enhances social resources, networks, self-disclosure, and improve peer connectiveness. However, in the same study, the author acknowledges that there are limitations to social media use, as he acknowledges that excessive social media use may undermine the found benefits that I just listed due to the kind of environment of stress-induced expectations that it has created. Now, in a similar study conducted by Lopez Bueno, they examined an inverse association between age of first exposure to the internet and heavy use of the internet in adolescence. And this study pretty much found that adolescents whose age of first exposure was below or equal to 9 years old showed higher odds of heavy internet usage. In this same study, what I found interesting and I want to include was that it has been found that education systems that require the use of internet for a high number of assignments, like what we do now for college and in high school since the pandemic, it has shown to have a higher prevalence of heavy internet usage among adolescents. So with the expansion of technology it has basically led social media to transform the way we live and the way individuals engage in leisure activities because it has become a way of communication, vast entertainment utilized for work and educational purposes, compromising daily activities such as gaming, listening to music, and searching information. The use of media has also become a way of passive consumption to alleviate boredom and compensate for the lack of social connectedness one may feel in person. Studies have shown that people with lower life satisfaction are more likely to have excessive social media use compared to those with higher life satisfaction. And excessive social media users rely on social media in order to cope with their lower life satisfaction. Which is why I believe that the way people engage in leisure activities and how they spend their time determines an individual's experience and affects their life satisfaction. Because how satisfied we are with our internal lives is what affects how much we use the internet. Which is why I thought to bring this quote up by one of my researchers, one of the one of the researchers who pretty much concluded that the problem lies within the individual's life situation rather than the technology itself. Shifting the research focus from social media use, which a lot of research have been focusing on, and aim the intervention to reducing excessive use to improve excessive users' well-being and life satisfaction to change the problematic behaviors such as excessive social media usage. So, for my project, I have two goals. I want to be able to engage myself in more leisure activities outside of the internet and limit social media use to investigate mental health improvement. And my topic of research is going to evaluate the extent to which social media has impacted mental illness by examining social connectedness in adolescents, such as myself. So, plan of action. It's pretty simple and not too hard. First, I set it so that I should find a leisure activity that does not involve social media or phone, because I wanted to limit my social media usage or screen time. And then second, I would measure my mood from a scale of 1 to 5 after doing each activity or after my experience in limiting social media use. 5 would be how I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great about myself, and 1 being I'm not feeling the best. And by the end of the day, I pretty much document my mood and the challenges of my day. And for when I did document, you'll see later that I just documented my day and how it was. So, project in action. So, I spent the entire week conducting this project. So, it was very fun having to limit my social media usage because that's normally where most of my time goes. So, on day 1, my rating was, I believe, a 2 because I felt lethargic due to exhaustion from previous work days and I didn't get enough sleep nor did I rest enough to have a good day at work. And then day 2, I was not feeling the best because I was a lot more drained compared to day 1. I was incredibly anxious and that anxiousness wore me out. But on day 3, that improved after I took the opportunity to rest and accomplish finishing a lot of my homework that I never got to do. Day 4 improved. It remained consistent, but I mean, it pretty much improved after I allowed myself to take my dog on a ride, brush my dog a little bit, and pretty much do things I never really do on a normal basis, like watch TV. And then on day 5, that kind of went lower when it was a pretty unproductive day. It was anticlimactic, nothing really happened, so it was a pretty average day of me doing absolutely nothing but being on my phone. And then on day 6, a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to go out to see the farmer's market for the first time, which I've never been. So I was pretty elated that day. I was very happy. So my rating for that day is a 5. And as we move on to our last day, day 7, I pretty much accomplished more homework, which in hindsight I'm very proud of myself for because I'm very busy. And I got invited to eat out after working. And that pretty much improved my mood because not only was I able to accomplish finishing my work, but I was also able to go out and spend time with some friends. Now the results of my project. This is a very simple results area, but according to my mood scale, my mood meter, here is a graph of my mood throughout the week, and you could see that there is a lot of improvement in terms of how I've been feeling after I limited my social media use, and especially when I hung out with my friends, especially when I hang out with friends, that's when my mood would skyrocket into a 5. And then this is basically my reflection, but growth-wise, I'm very proud of myself for staying consistent with journaling and documenting through Snapchat. I had less social media usage compared to last week. Unfortunately, I was not able to document that because my phone won't let me see my weekly data usage from last week. So unfortunately, I am unable to show you guys how much less I was using my phone that week. Um, Unfortunately, personal goals aligned with the project, and it pretty much obviously improved my personal well-being and mental wellness. Now, setbacks. The challenging part of this project was being able to put my phone down when it's least convenient. Obviously, on one of those days when I had absolutely nothing to do and it was a very unproductive day, I spent my entire day being on my phone. Um, Another setback is my inability to engage in leisure activities like hobbies, exercising, going out, because I had a lot of, like, most days I have to go to work, and also I have a lot of homework to catch up on, so that did hinder my ability to do leisure activities like I intended to do. And another setback was my difficulty assessing the authenticity of my emotional progress, because I work a lot, and for everyone that does work every day of their lives trying to make money, we are constantly exhausted, which is why I put that it made it hard to kind of see my progress on less social media usage because I was constantly exhausted. So, and that's my project. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys could maybe try out spending more time with your friends.